It's your intro.
Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015! I know it's my intro. You
OBS waited for like 6 seconds.
But OBS has this weird thing where like it'll not start actually recording until you see the bitrate moving, you know? And so like I usually have to wait because otherwise it'll like cut off my intro and then I'll like start off a video and it'll be like, "Oh, anybody, I'm AlpacaPatrol."
Alright, you did that pretty well.
Lame. Yeah. But anyway, let's do some magic.
The secret to what you're trying to do is to let it roll earlier than you're ready and then cut the beginning. But nobody edits.
I could do that, but
you should just like cut it at different points in the intro so it's a different word every time.
Just cut every 3 seconds, just put a cut.
Just do one of those cool like crossfades.
Oh yeah,
like a gradient of slice.
Professional.
That's actually my rap name.
That's where you chug alcohol and then do marijuana.
Yeah, I was thinking of getting into butt chugging. I was wondering if maybe somebody had some tips on how to do that properly.
You could always just inject some alcohol directly into your system.
Into your eye, right?
Yeah, you could do it on your eye too. That's good. You know,
you jab the needle right under your eyelid.
You could squirt it out of your eye. I mean,
yeah, you could squirt it out of your eye. You squirt it into your eye.
Squirt it out of your ass. You could do an alcohol.
Squirt it out of your ass.
Alcohol enema.
Alcohol. I'm sure that's a porno somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't be terribly surprised.
Alcoholic enemas.
If I had to wager, I'd say Brazil. But you know,
yeah, what is it with Brazil and farting though?
Brazilian fart porn, man. It's a real thing.
Why is that such a thing in Brazil?
I don't think it is such a thing in Brazil, but it exists.
It's the only type of fart porn I've ever heard of.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to wager, I'd say Germany probably has a good deal of fart porn.
They straight up shit. Brazil keeps it in, they just let the gas out.
Oh, I see.
Oh, also, welcome back, Austin.
Shit? Oh, yeah, I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah,
sorry,
how's it going?
I'm really entranced in that porn conversation. It was really interesting.
I don't believe
I get really intransigent.
Is that a word?
It is a word, but I don't actually know what it means.
Transient?
Okay. No.
Intransigent.
Yeah, I guess that's a word too. I don't remember what it means though.
I don't know what it means. It's a word.
Can you mean trillion?
Can I give you a trillion words? It's a lot of words. I don't think I could give you a trillion words.
What about ingonimus?
I wonder how many words are actually in my vocabulary.
Insanguinous. That's a word.
Yeah. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Scrumptious.
Does that mean like there's not a lot of blood?
Scrumptious.
Is insanguinous like there's no blood?
Fortacular.
I don't think fortacular is a word. Pretty sure you made that one up.
Fort Dracula, you mean?
Fort Dracula, yes.
Fort Dracula's
Fart Dracula.
Fart Dracula's monster.
You're not gonna lead me down that road again.
Yeah, you know.
That's a one shot.
This is how it happens with life.
Life ends up, you know, like it's like what the 3 steps to Dracula's monster is the rule of life.
And life finds a way.
Every situation in life is just 3 steps away from Dracula's monster.
Mm-hmm.
Just a matter of finding those steps.
I think what life finds a way means is just people really want to bone.
Yeah,
everything does.
I don't think want to bone.
People. Pretty sure everything wants to bone.
Every being on this planet wants bonification.
That begs the question: is there any being that doesn't want to bone?
Yeah, there's plenty of things that are asexual and don't have any interest.
Well, okay,
but they're not that many. There are a few.
Well, spread over the course of all life, I think there's quite a few.
I mean, a few. I mean, like probably less than a tenth of 1% are asexual.
Yeah, but like how much? If you're considering all the animals and insects and everything that exists, there's like billions of things. Then
there are lots of things. Yeah, I mean that's true.
I'm trying to think if there's an easier way you could have said less than a tenth of 1%. Isn't there an easier way to say that? I don't know why I'm so focused.
You could say less than 0.1%. It's faster.
Yeah, I guess that's probably faster.
If you play enough Cookie Clicker, you'll know the answer to this.
I've been playing Adventure Capitalist. I don't know if you guys have played that.
Everyone's been playing
Adventure Capitalist.
Yeah. Adventure Capitalist, yeah. It's Cookie Clicker. I actually do really want venture capitalism, like, management game. I think that would be pretty fun.
I want a Shark Tank management game where you get to...
Shark Tank.
I'd be fine with that, too.
You get to listen to people's like entrepreneurial ventures and then decide whether you want to take that on into your portfolio and then give them support throughout the next several years.
And then you could have like an LA Noire thing too, where you have to like judge their
then they get murdered and you have to see if they're the one that murdered someone or who did it.
Where have we gone with our lives? Are we at the Dracula's monster step yet? I feel like this we're getting to.
Step 3.
Dracula always has a monster, so
Dracula might be the monster.
I don't know.
Could be, could be. Who knows? Oh,
I don't.
I don't know either, really. But
all right.
No, yeah, I got really lost in thought there about who actually knew.
I don't. You think I know?
We already
I don't.
We understand that already. We're
Yeah.
trying to figure out who did know.
Right.
I don't think anyone does, unfortunately.
You're doing irreparable damage to my credibility right now, guys. I need to be taken seriously on the internet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be more serious. I mean, I was being totally serious, but
everything that I know is not disclosable right now.
I'm squirious, personally.
Squirious?
Yeah.
Are you Tarculus?
Are you spurious? Because that's also a word.
A little bit.
Spurious, B-I-G.
Yeah, that could be my name.
That's your rep name now.
Yeah, it is.
Spurious, big IG.
Spurious, big IG. No, Nick, come on, man.
Nick.
Why?
Nick.
I'm fucking hitting him while he's hitting you.
I don't care.
See, Nick.
Oh, god damn it.
You can call me Furious, big IG.
You could have fucking taken his 4-4 down to a 2-2 and you would have been able to defend against him. Now you can't still.
I don't care.
And now I can't attack him.
I'll attack you.
Yeah, I know.
See? He'll attack you. How's that feel?
Why are you sabotaging yourself and me? I'm okay with you dead weighting yourself, but why both of us?
Look at all these things that I can't.
Austin's gonna win. Yeah, look, he's got the fucking Angelica cord.
Yeah, I have all this lifesteal to make it work too.
It doesn't matter. Now that Nick is attacking me as well.
I never attacked you. I just killed one of your monsters.
Yeah, the only one. Oh god.
I didn't attack you though. I just used a card.
Yeah.
I don't want to attack you, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
He doesn't want
to
to.
be a fair playing field.
I don't know why you want Austin to win.
I'm not gonna win.
I don't necessarily want him to win. I just want to use my cards.
Yeah.
I'll use your card. I
hate having too many cards I don't know what to do with.
You can do a little dance.
Make a little love.
Make a little love. And then...
Get clowned tonight.
Make more love.
Clowned tonight, yeah.
That's like when misleading your dad goes wrong. You get clowned.
Is get down tonight, is that is that making a little love just said in a different way again? It's not listing steps. It's not like, all right, do this, this, and then this. It's like, all right, do a little dance and then just fuck for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and then just...
That's like the
Why don't they just come out and say that straight up? Just say it.
Make a little love. No, you make a good point. Because that is confusing, because he says do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. So the doing a little dance could not necessarily be construed with having sex. Because if all three were like euphemisms for sex, then, it would be very clear what he's trying to get at. But if that's not the case, I don't know.
Maybe that's how he has sex.
Maybe
it starts with a weird little dance.
Yeah, he courts the woman with a dance.
That's like how the peacocks do it, right? They lift up their ass feathers, and then they go, well, look at me, I'm a big fancy male, and I'm going to hump you. And
have you seen...
like, awesome, let's do it.
Have you seen the peacock spiders?
Don't even tell me that exists.
My peacock my peacock cock.
Stop. No, there's a spider. It's a whole genus called the peacock spider, and they have their abdomens are all like colorful and shit, and they do dances for the females.
Word on the streets, you've got something to show me. Magical, mystical, Mr. Mystery.
Yeah, what's even cooler though is that is that there's so many different dances that they do. It's not like one dance. They have like every single one does like a different dance, and it's really cool and stuff. And if they don't do a good enough dance, the female eats them.
Oh boy,
I hate.
But if
that
they
part.
do a good enough dance, then they get
doo doo.
Actually, isn't really the goal to get the female to eat you most of the time?
Yeah, basically.
Just in a variety of ways that are more pleasurable.
I like when females eat me.
Just not like being cannibalized part.
I don't like being cannibalized.
Imagine that it like adapted to human life. Like you go to the club and you do a little dance for some lady, and then you didn't do it good enough, and she just stabs you in the heart and then consumes you in front of everyone.
I'm glad we don't live in that world.
It would be a weird world
where females eat your brains.
There's actually a good. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the VHS movies, but they're actually pretty good.
I had one of those tape players back in the day.
Yeah.
I had those.
No, but there's these movies VHS, and They're pretty cool because they're kind of like old, like creep show kind of thing where it's like a bunch of stories into one movie, bunch of weird like horror story type of things. And one of them is pretty cool because one guy invents like a portal to another dimension and he goes through the portal, and the guy on the other side is also him and also invented the portal in the other dimension, and they trade places for a day, but both of them are freaked out by their world because in one world there's like women have sex by opening up their chasm of like teeth monster vaginas in their chests.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Sounds like StarCraft.
It's hardcore, man.
It's hardbore.
I want to see a movie where that premise happens, only instead of everything being all crazy, it's exactly the fucking same on the other side of the portal. Nothing's different, and it doesn't matter that you went through the portal either. It's completely inconsequential.
It's just a portal.
Sounds like a good movie premise, I think.
Could be into that.
Yeah, it'd be psychological. Like he's trying to find out what's different, and it's all the same. He spends
The whole movie, you're waiting for the moment where it's like, oh, this is the big moment, but no, never comes.
And it's just they tell him, you never left, John. You never left.
And at the end, he walks back.
British.
He walks back in the portal. Only they cut it in a way that you can't necessarily tell who came out the other side. So it may have been the same guy went back in the portal to the other dimension.
Whoa!
Right?
You're messing with my
And since
brain
it didn't
right
matter
now.
in the first place, it still doesn't matter now.
It's crazy.
I'll call it Nihilism, the movie.
That's some
I
wild
wanna-
ass shit.
I want to watch this movie.
Me too.
Denialism, I'll call it. It's
Denialism.
a river in Egypt.
It's not a river in Egypt, Nick. It's not just a river in Egypt.
What else is it?
It's other things.
It's a river in China. Little known fact.
Sometimes it's a river in China. Yeah. Very rarely.
Learn that from your damn map games.
No,
Did
I
I-
lied.
Did I give you health instead of doing any damage to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Why'd you do that?
Oh, because Nick fucked me up. So Austin's gonna win now. So
Stop blaming me. I didn't do
Glorious.
anything.
You literally did this.
I
You
just
put
left
this
him
win
open.
On you.
Rob, you failed to notice the part where he killed that other creature too. So
Yeah, that doesn't matter though.
okay.
Oh, okay. If I do good things, it matters. If I don't,
No,
it's bad.
because you did it after you
Rob.
let him get 2 angelic accords and sanguine blood out.
You act like I still am not in the game right now. Look, I just did
Yeah.
another thing. What do you think?
Yeah, but he's gonna get another. He's gonna get
Oh,
another. 2
okay.
angels
That's
on
not
this
good
next
enough.
turn.
I can't appease you enough.
He's
No matter what I fucking do, Rob.
He's gonna get another 2 angels on his next turn.
No, I don't. I have to fucking do 4. I don't have 4.
So I gotta like suck your dick and hit him with a hammer for you to be happy. Is
He's
that
gonna
the
come
idea?
into my house and beat me over the head with like a fucking
Is
hammer.
that the only way I can get through this?
Yeah, maybe.
Man, does Green get this much shit when he plays with you guys?
Not at
Look,
all.
he doesn't fucking run Viscopa Guildmade shit deck.
He also changed his deck like instantly when we had any issue with it, which was
Yeah.
weird.
He's got like 8 of them.
He even said like, "I know you guys had a problem with our deck," and we're like, "We don't really remember having any problem with your
I
deck."
don't remember that at all, but alright, thanks.
We're
bud.
glad you changed it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do what I can because I do.
I want that eye dropping, body rocking, amazing. I want to see your peacock cock. Your peacock.
Please.
2.
What if she just has a farm?
What if she just likes raising peacocks and she wants to see your collection of peacocks?
Nothing wrong with that, yeah.
I don't know. It's like doing a little dance, you know?
Some people collect blue glass. Some people collect peacock cock.
Some
cocks.
people collect bluegrass.
Music, yes,
Yeah,
I'm aware of
some
that.
people collect it, yeah.
Yeah.
Some monkeys have blue ass.
Uh-huh. Some
They-
monkeys do.
Some monkeys see.
Yeah,
Some monkeys here.
see, some.
I was spending that whole time trying to think of another thing that rhymed with bluegrass, and I couldn't.
I went blue
See,
ass.
Bluegrass.
Yeah, blue ass was
That's
good.
your
I couldn't-
bluegrass.
I just took the G off the GR. The GR.
What if
there.
that song was remixed into the style of bluegrass, and that was the lyric that was changed?
What if
and-
I cut the first like 0.2 seconds off every time she says peacock, and it just says I want to see your cock.
I
cock,
guarantee you that's already done somewhere.
cock. Okay.
I am 100%
Yeah.
sure that if you YouTube that, it exists. There's no way it doesn't. It's impossible.
All right. I hope we can get a conclusive answer to that by the end of this.
A commenter will have it within like the hour of the episode being posted.
Alright.
I'm
I mean,
sure.
really, we could just Google it in like 5 seconds. I could Google that shit right now.
Whoa. Let's not get carried away now.
I'm just saying.
Well, my
Like I
game's still
said-
full screen, so I can't alt tab.
Let's not get carried away right now.
I want to carry on my wayward
I
son.
want to carry Underwood.
I want to
that too.
come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me.
Yeah, me too.
Come sail, come saw.
Yeah.
Como se llama?
Yeah, that
Yama
too.
Lama Ding Dong.
Hey!
That's good too.
It's good, dude.
I'm a good dude.
Cold
you know?
blood
What can I
do.
say?
Cold blood do is cold blood do. That's what I learned.
Hmm.
Played enough Bloodborne.
Some damage for you.
Who cares?
I don't.
We're all gonna die in the end.
That's morbid.
Did you know everything that's ever lived never asked to be alive? Have you ever thought about that?
What if they did and we just didn't
This
know
is
it?
a full-on draft.
What if there is... Well, everyone's always talking about the afterlife. What
Did I
about
just
the
blow your
before?
mind, Austin? Take
What
a
about-
moment.
I'm trying to blow your mind. You're not paying attention, dude. It's not fair.
The only mind I'm allowed to blow is Rob's dick.
Yeah, you can blow. I do have a brain in my penis.
I do have a head.
Yeah, I do. Well, I do have a head of my penis, and inside is a brain. A lot of people don't know that.
Inside is a brain.
Well,
Yep.
fun fact about the male species of
The
male
male species.
of it basically
The
is a
male
separate
genus.
species,
Yeah.
that they have small little brains inside their
Male
penises.
Yep.
penis.
Yeah. So
What-
if you cut off our heads, we can still live. We just live to fuck.
That's why they say that you think with your dick.
Mm-hmm.
Live
That's-
the fuck. That
that
I
would
have that
be-
like staple on the back of my car.
That'd be. I'm sure that's a porno somewhere, right? Like where they
The
chop
thinking
off.
dick.
Yeah. Well, no, like a being that lives to fuck that doesn't have a head, but it has a head of a penis.
There's actually a chicken that apparently got its head cut off and lived for like 18 months after that.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Because I guess like most of what chickens do is like in their lower brain or something, and that's like lower underneath the part where you cut it off or something. So
Jesus.
yeah, I don't even know if that's a real animal that exists, but I heard about it on a podcast yesterday and thought that'd be a thing to bring up.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know.
that's a little crazy.
I saw in other news about chickens. There was this adorable GIF where a little kid goes to
Oh!
hug his pet chicken.
I saw that.
Yeah, the kid got a haircut, and the chicken like is going to hug him, and he's like, "Wait a second," and he like runs
Oh,
around
no.
the kid, and he checks his head, and he's like, "Okay, the hair is different, but you're totally the same dude." And then he walks back around, and then he hugs him. All right.
He gave him a
That's-
little scope.
It's weird because I've seen multiple gifs of children hugging chickens and the chickens being like totally into it, and it's confusing because I didn't know chickens were so like
Yeah, you know.
It's
fetish.
kind of like a thing that I don't think a lot of people want to talk about because the idea of associating some sort of familiarity with farm animals that eventually get murdered, like they don't feel good about that, so they try to keep their distance more.
Well, in a similar news topic story segue, I just read on Futurology that lab-grown meat is getting cheaper. So
Right.
right now they're going to be able to take it down to about $80 a kilo, which is a fuckload still. But if it gets lower, then people can have lab-grown meat. And I will, like I said before when we've talked about this on Magic, I will totally eat lab-grown meat. I would already not kill animals for my sustenance if it weren't for the fact that they're so damn delicious and I am too used to it.
I like meat too much.
Exactly. I like meat too much, and also I'm not willing to make the sacrifice myself of going through a lot of the health concerns that you're gonna go through when you go from a meat eater for 23 years and then become a vegetarian. But if I have lab-grown meat, hey, nobody gets hurt. I get my meat. I'm fine with that.
I'm down with that. If it tastes the same, fuck it, chug it.
Do we know if it tastes the same?
Yeah, I mean, it's just they're just growing the parts of the animal out of stem cells and stuff, essentially.
I mean, I've
So-
had different brands of chicken in different colored bags, and
Yeah.
those have tasted pretty different. So I have to wonder if lab-grown meat might taste like entirely different.
It might taste a little bit different, maybe, but I mean, functionally, it is just meat.
Right.
It's just meat that's grown.
What if it tastes
specific-
like a metallic taste in the back of your throat every time you take a bite of it? Would you
Yeah,
still
that'd
want
be
it?
pretty gross. Yeah, no, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. But I'm sure they'll be able to perfect the method eventually.
I'm just imagining the case where eventually they get so efficient at building this lab-grown meat that it's like these huge, like mile-long cubes of meat in a farm factory somewhere. How fucking creepy is that?
That would be pretty weird. But I also don't think they grow them in cubes.
Well,
So you probably have to like change
all
the
right,
genetic
back
material
up.
of a
Why
chicken.
the hell don't they make them in cubes?
They
first of all?
should, like those Japanese watermelons that come
Yeah.
in cubes.
I'm thinking of. I read the Doom novel when I was a kid, and one of the things was there was this point where Flynn Taggart, the protagonist, aka the Doom guy,
Flynn Taggart.
that's his name. The Doom
That's
guy's
his name.
He got attacked by these big blocks of flesh, and he wasn't sure if he should like ride on them or if they were going to be out to get him. He knew it smelled bad though, because they talked about the smells in that book all the damn time.
It's only smells.
I learned a lot about putrid smells from the Doom novels.
Yeah,
What's
Who'd
the
have
worst
thought?
thing you've ever smelt before in your whole life?
that wasn't on display.
Oh, you know the rack that you make the Thanksgiving turkey on after it's sat in the dishwater for about a day?
Mm-hmm.
The smell that comes out of that is something fucking awful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think I was nearby some kind of sewers or something, some kind of open transport of waste material. And, I mean, you expect the smell. Like, it's not, like, the most unheard of smell. Because every time you poop, you smell it.
Hey, you get a little used to it over the years.
Yeah, but
Smells.
the additive that is from that sewage is so horribly disgusting that I just
You'd
it's
have trouble swallowing it, you're saying.
yeah, it's difficult to
Difficult to
continue to
swallow.
move forward and think thoughts while you're smelling that smell.
Can you imagine working at a factory where that's all you do is talk and breathe in that air all day?
It wouldn't be good.
I wouldn't like it.
Like, what would you do about that? I obviously you've got to wear a mask, but does a charcoal filter get that kind of shit out of your nostrils?
I don't think so. Not.
Yeah,
I think they just get used to it.
that's awful. I feel for anybody that works at a job like that. It's
Yeah.
a pretty big personal sacrifice to have to deal with that shit every day. Like, literally
Right.
deal with that shit every day.
Yeah.
Ripping
Wanna
pastas.
see a peek?
Yeah. GG.
All right, now Rob's gonna say how it's my fault, and here we go.
You know. But yeah. No, I wouldn't.
glad
wanna,
I could
I wouldn't
return
want
to
to work
magic.
in a poop factory.
No
That
one
would
wants
be-
to work. You cannot find a person on this earth who wants to work in a poop factory.
I'm sure someone does. I mean, there are people who are into like poop porn, right? I don't know if they would
There's-
get.
Okay, now see, I knew you were gonna mention that. Like, you can be into poop stuff, but that's when you're like, into it.
That's
like,
your special fun time,
Yeah.
not like
yeah,
your day to
like
day
if you're
grind.
just all day poop.
It's too much of a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I want to. This might sound very strange, but I feel like the poop that you would deal with in like a poop consolidation pile in some sort of a factory type setting, that would be inherently dirty compared to poop that's coming right out of a butthole that you'd be into sexually.
Right, the fresh kind.
Yeah.
The fish poop just got all that bacteria.
And
from
it's not mixed in with other garbage and like other people's poops.
Rainwater.
Yeah.
That really dilutes the whole mess.
I feel like people who are into poop stuff, they probably do care. As weird as it sounds, they probably do care about the hygienics a little bit.
Maybe they want it to be just like a nice, warm, even log,
Maybe.
not runny or anything.
I don't get the poop stuff. I'm just gonna say that. out
either.
loud.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't really get it either.
I don't
This-
get it at all.
This isn't us shitting on your preference.
No. By all means, hey, like what you like, man. But I don't get it personally.
I'm scared of my own poop, to be honest.
Are you
I think
scared
people
of it
have
though?
weird fetishes.
The only
I mean-
scare I get is just if it's gonna flush. That's really it.
Yeah, that's always no. You know what's scarier than that is when that feeling is amplified when you're in like your friend's house.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
That's even
Or-
that's like the most terrifying.
Or
thing.
when you're out with a bunch of friends at a hotel, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
"Am I gonna be the guy that causes all this shit to back up into the room?"
Yeah, that's not good.
I've-
Is the
been
hotel
on, like-
worse than the friend or no? Which one?
I think the friend's house is probably worse.
Because
Yeah, 'cause
then
that's where
the
they live.
mom is there probably at some point.
Yeah, because like you can't call the guy downstairs if like you're in your friend's house. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I
I
clogged
clogged
up
your toilet, and there might be a swimming pool in your
I
bathroom. now.
ruined your house.
That's the thing, right? So the hotel is just like, well, this was some faulty piping. This is clearly
Yeah.
not my fault. And you leave. But your friend's house,
Yeah,
that's your friend's house.
They gotta
That's-
live with
they're
it.
gotta-
their toilet is forever tainted by your shit.
They're dealing with that.
Yeah, for the rest of your life. You have to remember that in the back of your mind, like, hey, there's even a chance he knows what your shit looks like, and not in a friendly, hey, look how big my log is kind of way.
It's tainted with like an aggressive bent to it.
Exactly.
Like he's seeing red and brown
through
at that
no
moment.
fault of your own. You know, sometimes you just take big dumps. It happens.
Big dumps.
Except for girls. Girls don't take any dumps.
Girls don't take any dumps.
They don't know how to. They can't poop.
They don't know how, but
they don't
learn.
know how, and it's physiologically impossible on top of that. So
every 1 in 15 learns.
Mm-hmm. I don't think the number's that high, but you could be right. It's possible. But yeah, no, like the poops in Two Girls One Cup. That was like soft serve.
I've never watched that, and I never want to watch that.
You guys never saw Two Girls One Cup?
I mean, I avoided it specifically.
Yeah, me too.
I was the Two Girls One Cup guy in high school. Like,
you were that guy.
I made people watch it. Yeah,
I'm sick of you.
I even set it as my website on Facebook when I first made my Facebook.
It's the same thing with you, Rob. Is that like you'll link all the r/what-the-fuck stuff to us in Skype, and it's just like I've had
a dark life on the internet. Yeah, it's sometimes.
I had people I used to know that would send me to like these links to like snuff films. And people getting their heads cut off, and I'm like, fuck this! I don't want any part of this.
Yeah, you know who?
What is wrong with you?
You know who did that to me? Was my fucking mom. My mom would look up that shit all the time, and I'd come home and she'd be on my computer, and then she'd be like, "Hey Bob, come look at this," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, what's this? A funny cat picture or something?" It's like a man getting his fucking head sawn off, and I'm like, come on, man! I don't wanna see that shit.
Hearing your mom's voice like a couple of times, hearing like the few things that she's said, I can perfectly picture her doing that.
Oh yeah. It's a whole.
Yeah, no, my friend showed me this one. He's like, "Oh, dude, come look at this," and I'm like, "What?" And he starts scrolling down, and it's like just pictures of a car accident and this dude completely chopped in half at the waist, and it's like, I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to see this. And now I picture it in my head now. She's like, all right, I mean, cool. That's nice.
There's a subreddit that is actually fairly popular, which I will not mention the name of, because I don't necessarily want people seeking it out or even looking at it, but it is... I mean, I've been linked to it a couple of times.
I know what I'm talking about, too.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, where it's the people dying. And it is really fucked up. And the worst part about it is the comments are really fucking weird. Like, I feel like everyone...
They're, like, into it, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh man, that blood splatter was so, like,
that
big.
Worries
like,
me so much.
They're masturbating.
Are you gonna fucking kill someone?
Those people are masturbating is what they're doing.
I will say, like, I don't think you're a terrible person for being curious about you seeking out what death looks like, because I've done that too. It's on the internet. I've seen it. Like, my mom has shown me it as well. But the comments, the people who comment on that subreddit, there is something fucking wrong with those people. And that is...
I have to go out of my way to actively shield some of that shit away from me, because, like, part of my anxiety issue is I have kind of looping thought patterns, and sometimes when I see something like that, it'll stick with me for way longer than it's meant to, and it just makes me nuts. I just can't stand thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
I had that issue actually a while ago, and that's got to the point where I took some time to just, like, practice forgetting things, which is a really weird thing to say, but I've gotten to the point where if I don't want to be thinking about something, I could just kind of sit still for a second and physically be like, all right, I'm done thinking about this.
I haven't figured that out yet. The only solution I have is, like, drink a bunch.
Yeah.
And I'm not into that either.
Yeah.
That's not good.
A couple of the images that I've seen have, like...
Even, like, watching Game of Thrones deaths.
Yeah.
One in particular.
Yeah.
Even that, I don't...
Yeah,
that one got me.
Makes
I
a
don't
bit
like
queasy.
that.
Those are fucked.
And you know what's horrible about that specific one that I'm talking about is that I had safety training, like, I think 3 weeks ago, and the teacher was like, he was so casually racist, it hurt me to be in the same room as him. Because it's me, 2 guys, and then the rest of our workers are either from Mexico or other Central America countries. And he was just so casually like, you know, I forget he was using. It wasn't amigo, but he was using just another Mexican word that it was just like. I mean, you could just not do that. I mean,
I'm always afraid because I actually say like gracias a lot. Just
yeah, I don't know.
sometimes, and then sometimes when I'll just do it out of habit, and sometimes I'll have like a Spanish server or Hispanic server, and then I'll say gracias, and it's just like, did I?
Is that really something you worry about? Because that
I
doesn't
don't
seem that
know.
bad to me.
See, that's the thing is I don't know. Are they?
I feel like it's unnecessary.
I'm
like,
sure. I'm even if they're not offended, I'm sure it at least registers in their head for a moment. Like, did he say that because I look Hispanic, or like because like that has to cross every person's mind that I've done that to. Even if they're not offended and it's not racist, that happens in their head, and it's like. I did it. I just say that. That's why I've actually switched to the Italian form, which is grazie, instead, a lot of the time, so that I don't.
Yeah, because you can't offend that group because you're in that group.
There's that too, but also like there's not that many Italian speakers in America that I'm gonna be encountering. So
there's a lot of old school Italians though that still speak Italian.
Yeah, that's true. My aunt speaks. I mean, I speak a little bit of Italian.
Spaghetti.
Well. Yeah, spaghetti.
See, if you say that, you might offend somebody.
Italian massage. No, I think like Italians, we're past the point in America that you could be like racist towards us and it offends us. Like that ended like in the 1800s.
Well, if your Italian server comes by and brings you some food and you're like, "Hey, spaghetti!"
Hey, it's a hot and spicy meatball. Yeah.
That would be offensive.
I feel like I might accidentally do that, like just because I really like the spaghetti.
I heard the freaking joke about like saying ossifer, pretending like you're drunk so many times that I'm worried one day I'm gonna say ossifer to a cop and they're gonna be like, "What?"
When I got pulled over months ago, that was my first thought. Was like, don't say ossifer.
That's like a trigger warning for people. Like, just don't say ossifer.
I didn't actually understand what you meant until you mentioned the police, and I was like, is that some sort of strange ostrich hybrid?
it's an otter and, I don't know, something else.
Ocelot.
It's an ocelot.
Well, no, it has to be an ifer, so like an
conifer.
Aquifer.
It's an otter and a conifer.
It's an otter aquifer. How cool would that be, actually? I'd be into that. I don't think I encounter many aquifers in my daily life, but if I did, I'd make an otter version.
Is it even possible to encounter an aquifer? Aren't they all underground and not gettable?
I mean, if you're working in that field.
Gettable.
They're not gettable.
You just go get me an aquifer. Come on.
I would like one aquifer, please.
Please.
You mean aquafina?
Like the finest aquifer that you could provide me.
Is that like wet fur? Like.
Do you guys remember Smart Water?
Yeah.
That still exists?
I drank the shit. I got so intelligent. I took the SATs.
It's like vitamin water.
Now I take vitamin water, and it makes me fully enriched in all my nutrients.
Vitamin water too. That's another one that pisses me off because it's like when I've had it, it's like, okay, this is. I mean, it's fine. It tastes good. It's fine.
Be aware I drink it all the time, like now.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fine. But like when I had vitamin water, it's like, all right, but this is kind of just Gatorade, but more expensive.
No, it has less electrolytes. It doesn't taste as salty.
I like Gatorade.
I like Gatorade too, but I like vitamin water more.
I don't drink a lot of either, really.
Neutral.
I drink a lot of aloe water. That's what I drink.
That's why you're a nerd.
That stuff isn't edible.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like it. I mean, it's very sweet, so.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me that it's sweet?
I don't believe you that it's good.
Oh, it's good.
I don't believe that it's edible.
Yeah, well, it does have the weird aloe pulp things in them, so.
You're supposed to put that on your skin, dude. You're not supposed to eat it.
Try dumping it in the toilet. I bet it'll back up.
It might. I mean, if you put enough, it's a lot of pulp.
It means you're eating shit.
Yeah.
How many things do you think that make your shit smell bad or your pee smell bad that we don't know about? Because people always say asparagus is the one, but you know my shit piss smells bad every once in a while all the time, and I don't eat asparagus. What's doing that? You know?
It just, I think in general, pee and poop just always smells bad.
Oh right? Yeah, but you know when your pee smells asparagus bad, right? Like you can.
I don't know. I haven't had a lot of asparagus in my life.
Maybe you're
as far I don't know about the piss. I imagine this is the same case, but with feces at least, it is a sign that there could be something wrong if it smells especially bad for a long, prolonged amount of time.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have any
there's that.
continuation on that
What
subject.
if your poop is webbed?
I need you to be more not
Like it
stupid.
comes out like a cocoon.
I mean, this is for my friend, not for me. But like, if it's got
like a sack full of spiders comes out.
Yeah, like
I
a
still
sack.
don't get. I don't get what. What?
If it's webbed, it's my friend. He wants to know.
I think you need to lay out the man juice.
Maybe.
I think you need to stop working with those radioactive spiders. To be
Is that
honest,
semen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have gone with baby gravy. I went man juice. I don't know.
Okay. No, that's fair.
maybe I think I missed this joke, guys. I'm sorry.
We're talking about semen. Male
Okay.
ejaculate.
I'm implying you drank so
Alright.
much ejaculate it came
See-
out like a web.
Yeah, I get it now, but I still don't get it, to be honest. Like,
The reality of the situation, if you drank too much, you'd need to get your stomach pumped. It wouldn't be a problem at the intestinal level, I don't think.
Does that really happen? If you consume too much semen, you got to get your
Well,
stomach.
there was that urban legend that went around that like whatever the pop star of the moment was, that they drank so
I
much
see.
semen that they needed to go to the hospital to get their stomach pumped.
Mhm.
I've heard that said about like 5 different people.
I feel like I feel like you would have to get your stomach pumped if you consumed semen in like an equal quantity with any sort of viscous liquid. Really.
You're saying it's the texture, not so much the actual material.
I mean, I'm just saying that, like, I feel like you could consume a lot of semen before you'd have to get your stomach pumped.
Right, but I think
confused
that's
are
the
those
implication.
sperm. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Really, it's like what tunnel are we in right now? This is-
Who are these other ones? Why are they all together?
Why was it just a straight shot down? I thought we were going up. I don't understand.
Well, hey, if you're ever down, just remember you already won. You already won the lottery. You're like one in several billion. That
I thought if you were saying if you ever down to drink semen, I was.
Also, you kind of disproved my theory there. Well, not theory, but what I said earlier about that everything that's alive didn't choose to be so. In a way, it did. It had to fight for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fight for its
But-
right.
Maybe not sentiently or consciously.
Yeah, at a cellular level, which I
Yeah.
don't know if that counts as a decision.
The whole like semen to egg to baby
reaction.
process like still blows my fucking mind. Like I know there's science. I know it's explained. I still that's one of those things. It's like how does things where
Well,
does
the egg
semen,
gets embedded in the uterine lining, first of all. That's part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the
that's-
semen finds its way in, and then they all fight to break through the barrier.
No, I just mean
to
like
fertilize the egg.
We go from stuff in us to like the semen is made, and then the semen has you all inside
Right.
of it. It's just like that doesn't like.
I'm still weirded out by the fact that, like, after puberty, women, or actually, isn't it just after you're born? Like, you just have all the eggs that you will
Yeah.
ever have in your
That's
entire
the way
life.
it works. You just got a little sack full, and both sides of you, and they just work their way down.
That's crazy.
I think
That's
they
still-
alternate from month to month, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure how ovaries
I
work.
was pretty up on my sex ed knowledge when I was in high school. I guess I kind of
Mm-hmm.
forgot some of it now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then our balls just make these weird semen like tadpole monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
by
not gonna
the
lie.
thousands.
Learning all that shit was hard living in Texas because we didn't have sex ed courses. at
All right,
all.
well, your answer was don't have sex.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Yeah.
basically what they tell
That's
you.
as much as you need to know.
Yeah.
It's hard because like you basically got to learn from your friends who are also
Yeah.
trying to learn at the same time, but no one wants to ask the questions. So
Yeah.
it's just like kind of this weird game of like question chicken with that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a really great way to promote
Yeah.
understanding and safety.
You know in New York City, which you would expect to be rather progressive in a lot of ways, just because it's a major city. You know when we got our sex ed in fucking senior year of high school.
Well, that's
Senior year.
bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, not to say that I ever,
Of course
broke the
not.
law,
Why
but
would you ever?
but I would assume at least that I'm sure a lot of people had sex before senior year in high school, and
It's just a failure of planning, man. I didn't have that same experience. I had a class in 6th grade and then another one in 7th and 9th.
they should seriously teach you how to put on a fucking condom.
So
Because it's not-
seriously,
not
teach you
entirely
everything
intuitive.
about sex because it's really important to know.
It's not about necessarily how to put on a condom, but why you would want to put on a condom. Because you can figure out the other part, I think, if you're
Well, no,
reasonable.
that too. But the thing is, like condoms are not inherently intuitive. You do really have to kind of learn how to put on it because you're not supposed to like. Okay, in case anybody
Yeah,
who's watching doesn't know, you're not supposed
Don't bounce
to,
it.
Don't, yeah. Well, also, don't unroll it when you take it out of the package and then put it on, because that's not how it's supposed to. You're supposed to put it on the tip of your penis and then roll it down over it so that
you want to know where I learned that? Because good. Juno.
Oh, yeah, Juno.
That's where I learned that.
Good source for sex information.
You can ruin the elasticity if you do it the other way, and like I said, it's not inherently intuitive to, because like you would, you know, when you see condoms in like media, you see them when they're, you know, rolled out. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised if a lot of people who didn't learn that would have unrolled them first and then tried to put it on their swollen member.
Yeah, that's the word you use when you're talking about condoms.
Yes, yeah. So, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, stuff like that is important to fucking know. It's important to learn that kind of shit.
It's important to know fucking, man.
Yeah, it is. It is important to know fucking, because a lot of people fuck, and you need to be safe about it.
We already said it. People are gonna fuck, you know, as early as they you know, can. They're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an imperative, really. Like, your body forces it on you most of the time.
Yeah.
It's just like,
why
hey,
fight it?
I mean, especially for dudes. Like, if you don't do the thing that your body wants you to do, it'll just be like, while you're sleeping, like, all right, well, I don't know if anything's here, but I'm gonna do it now. So, hopefully this hits a mark, but my body's just like,
imagine if it didn't wait till you were asleep, if you just did it, like...
Yeah, just like,
you know why that happens. It's not because it's just trying to do it. It's because it needs to turn over the old sperm for new, you know, healthier ones.
Yeah.
So it's got to make room in there.
It's not good for your ball sack.
Seminal vesicle.
You gotta
good for your dream,
sack
though. That's
sometime.
for sure.
Yeah, but also it's 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Also, it's Game of Thrones time.
In my
so
balls.
I think, yeah, they are.
Wow,
they're in my. Well, you think the semen that is going to be your child are in your balls right now?
No, I don't. I'm just saying potentially.
I hope not, personally.
Thanks, Rob.
No, I mean not for you necessarily, but I mean for me. I really hope that
you got at least one more cycle before.
Yeah, at least a couple of more cycles.
Given what I know about Maul, I thought you guys already had a kid on the way. Wait, that sounded really rude. That's just a joke that we have running that Maul's is pregnant. There's no backstory of it. She's not pregnant.
Yeah. But seriously, Game of Thrones. So anyway, thanks for watching Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015, guys. We're back Mondays and Fridays with Magic. And the new Magic Origins is coming out. I guess we're going to take a look at that and see if it's playable, I suppose. And figure out what we're doing.
And if it's not, we'll play Monopoly.
Yeah, then we'll figure something else out, I guess. So, yeah, anyway. So come back.
You here?
Bye, guys.
Lewd dudes. Later.